Yes.
Okay, and it's not L.E.G.A.L.
L.E.G.A.L.
Although some people thought it was. It's basically legal.
Legal.
And my coming out story, first of all, thank you, David. That was a great story. My husband and I are in the process of adopting child number 2. So we're bringing a second kid into the household here soon.
And I'm finding this out today for the first
Yeah. But I'll tell you more about it another time, maybe on an adoption episode. How about that?
All right, yes.
Anyways, this represents my coming out story. When I left the Marine Corps as a young officer, I moved to New Orleans, Louisiana, where I decided I was going to come out and basically negate the first 20-something years of my life by coming out and doing something big and bold. So a friend of mine and I started a statewide nonprofit organization whereby we would challenge the sodomy law. We would go to the legislature and lobby. I was the first statewide full-time gay lobbyist for the state of Louisiana. And we'd also speak to the governor and try to get laws passed, as opposed to just challenging anti-gay laws. And we started this in '92 and ended it in '97, when we basically achieved a lot of things that we had wanted to do. Some of the bills that we challenged were, one was called the Justifiable Murder of an AIDS Carrier. Another was the anti-gay marriage legislation, where they wanted to actually enshrine anti-gay or inequality into the Louisiana Constitution. And also, we were the first state in the Deep South to pass a hate crimes law with sexual orientation intact. So we really came on strong, I guess you could say, in the 6 years that we were around. But also, this was my way of coming out. I came out to my parents this way. I came out to my family this way. I came out to a lot of my friends this way by joining this organization and being its leader, and just going, very quickly towards trying to achieve equality in the state of Louisiana. And I got a couple of pictures also, just to show that this is, I guess, my first Pride. And that was where the buttons were first came out. And we started actually trying to get people to join. We became the biggest gay and lesbian organization in the state at the time. Back then, it was just gay and lesbians. Of course, it's obviously changed, and everybody's learned a whole lot. And this is also a picture of myself and Governor Edwards, who went to jail for a period of time, but he supported our hate crimes legislation. And it was just something that we just decided we wanted to do. And we just jumped into doing it and just didn't stop until we figured we had done everything we wanted to do. But I was going to talk about something else, but I realized by your having this, that this was my coming out story. I never really looked at it this way, but this was the way that I actually came out to myself and to my family and friends in the state of Louisiana on a grand scale.
Oh my God. Wow. And I am so grateful to have known Brian now for probably over 15 years.
Close, at least.
Yes. And so as many of you know, my first business is called Memories Out of the Box. And I help people with their photo, document, and memorabilia archives, everything they've saved and or inherited in their life. And the goal is to tell a visual narrative with all that stuff. Well, Brian brings the same focus, but to people's homes. So he's I don't know if he calls himself a personal historian, but I would. And but he is a house historian, and he has a wonderful company called Brownstone Detectives. And so if you're looking to for a gift or for something for yourself, to find out the history. And of course, if you're in Brooklyn or if you're in New York City, there is history on every piece of land that there is that you walk on.
We're a very old city.
It's a very old city. I mean, it is one of the oldest cities, obviously. And we have Europeans that go, what? But for us, we've got some history here. So thank you very much for sharing that. And I've known you for